Friday bingo? The old timers?
Old timers, young timers,
Middle timers? Hello, ho, 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 and welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast. I am Spencer Cartier.
I am AK Racing.
AK Racing?
Yeah, I'm famous.
Don't
look any further.
Isn't that the chair that's right behind me? And this here is Frank. If you're wondering why he looks so good, it's because he's wearing his Friday best. He will never miss a Friday.
He dresses early. You know how we wait until like after dinner?
Yeah.
You know. No, he's Friday morning. Mm-hmm. He's
ready. You wake up and he's just in the kitchen pre-gaming. You're like, gosh, Frank, it's 7 a.m. Yeah, what's going on, guys? How you been? We're finishing up our first week of podcasting being back from vacation. Well, we weren't, but
we. I had the fun little journey yesterday of we did a podcast. You're wearing a Pope Francis shirt.
I had to after we talked about P-Boy Fran and his recovery and saying Latin. Who speaks Latin?
Right.
Who speaks Latin? Do you know one word in Latin?
No.
I do. What's the one?
E pluribus unum.
No, the one Corpus Christi.
Isn't that a place in Texas?
I don't know. Maybe that's not the one. What's the one of like? What is it? Carpe diem.
Seize the day.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, you're a longtime fan, I can see, because it says 2015.
Yeah, back the P-Boy Fran came to Philadelphia in 2015. It's like it was like almost as soon as he became Pope.
It says it on there.
It's 2015, and I went down. My cousin was living in Drexel at the time because good luck getting into the city that day.
Oh, you couldn't. The bridges were closed, even from Jersey.
I've never seen a more crowded place in my entire life, and so luckily was able to stay in West Philly. And walked over. It was with
your sister as well.
With my sister as well. She was there. Avalon, you remember her?
Yeah. And
went. It was crazy. Most people I've ever seen. The craziest part was, think of any like parade after a sports team wins or something, and it's like just a mob. But at one point they said the Our Father.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say 1 million people at the same time saying the Our Father.
I love it.
And it was like, whoa! It was a moving experience. And then we waited in line forever. Front row, saw the Pope Mobile go by.
On the Parkway.
That was pretty cool. Got to see with these two eyes. These two eyes were graced with P-Boy Fran.
When he had all of his intestines.
He was not lacking any intestine at the time. And at that moment, I said, I'm going to start Croak and Crow.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, well, it was 6 years later, but it was probably connected.
Things take time. Seeds that grow in the dark.
Yeah. I don't know, but it was pretty cool.
We talked about his motu proprio, and that was what it was. It's like his edict from yesterday.
Oh, about no Latin.
So my journey last night, You did
a little research?
I didn't do research.
You did a little loose research?
No, I didn't do any research.
Okay.
I typed in that hashtag or that search term on YouTube, and the hatred of the videos, and then I would type, I agree with the Pope.
Ooh.
People didn't like that.
No, I know. Obviously, you guys know when I am editing, I throw up little pictures just to keep you guys interested. And when I was at that part, I was like looking up headlines, and it was like some of the headlines were so literally. I don't know if you guys saw the one. I put it up twice.
It went up a lot.
Yeah, but then there was another one where it was like a photo.
Okay.
And it only showed like a snippet of it, but it was like Satan hates Latin.
Right,
it was
that's right.
Satan hates Latin. Pope gets rid of Latin.
Yeah.
It's like,
you connect the dots.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, there was one woman. I didn't have any friends on there, but I'm hoping all the sane people just haven't commented. But one woman did say that you need to be in love with Jesus, not the Mass.
Yeah.
And I really like that. It wasn't exactly verbatim of what she said, but whatever it was, and guess what? She was older. So she said, I grew up with the Latin Mass.
Yeah.
I have no problem with the Latin Mass.
Yeah.
But she said, beware, because it kind of looks like you're idolizing the Mass.
Yeah. You're idolizing the traditional Catholicism, which is not what it's like idolizing a school and not the teaching.
Yes.
And, no, definitely.
Right.
And
That's a really good example because it's a brand, right? Like,
Yeah.
really, is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And I looked it up, and guess what? I said it yesterday, but Jesus did not speak Latin, surprising enough. You know, what the Romans spoke.
Right.
He spoke Galilean Aramaic.
Ah, Galilee.
Most researchers will suggest.
Right.
Obviously, no
Right.
one was there. And then obviously, the Bible from the Old Testament stretches out a long time. Never once were they speaking Roman or Latin. Maybe Paul, to his letters to the Romans, might have been in Latin, but up until then.
And I hope I didn't confuse things yesterday. You were clear. I don't know if I made it not clear. I think I kept saying English versus Latin, but you correctly said, well, no, it would be Spanish, Polish, whatever the people
language.
speak versus Latin.
Yeah, it's getting the message across to whatever language is being spoken. It's meant to be understood. The Bible's meant to be understood.
Right.
It's not something that's like, oh, you're osmosisizing the words when hearing it in Latin. It's like all the parables, all of Jesus' teachings are meant to be understood. What's Walk Through Thursday? Imagine if we did Walk Through Thursday in Latin. There would be no point.
Right.
It would be
no.
And I like Latin. You know what I mean? Like, we talk about prayers being both used as to be thought about, but also mantras.
Right.
I think Latin's more of like this mantra, this like original, like original, traditional. But I think that it's two-part. Like, you can have those mantras, but then when you're really trying to get a personal connection,
you're just on point today because
it's Friday. I'm on point.
Yeah, and then you'll peak, and then
it's all fizzling
Wednesday
out.
is a mess.
Yeah.
You just talked about mantras. So when in the Buddhist tradition, there is mantras which are very comforting to learn and to chant, but it's also wonderful when you actually find out what it means.
Yeah.
You know. So
yeah. Well, do you know what's big on that is the Quran. So I'm reading the Quran very slow, but that is meant to be like, they say don't read this in anything but Arabic. Okay. It's like partly because the translation, it's like you know, like traditional Chinese where it's like things say something but they mean something different. Right. But at the same time, you also learn when you learn what you're saying, what it means. Right. And so you do get both, although it's supposed to be recited. You heard of the loudspeakers in the Middle East, right, of the Arabic passages, but you learn, oh, this is the passage, you'll say it. You're like, so basically what that means is, and in strictly Latin masses, you don't really get that second part. No. It'll just be, that's why actually, you know what? Stained glass, I was a stained glass major back in college.
Back in the 1800s.
And stained glass was used because a lot of people didn't speak Latin in churches. And so you'd see the Bible stories written on the walls. Right. And you got to find other avenues to promote the message. Another way to promote it is to speak in the language that the people are hearing it.
Absolutely. Because you're as important as the priest. So the priest does understand Latin and you don't. Yeah. And you're as important as he is. I saw one of
God's eyes.
Yes. And also, we talked about this in different podcasts where that, yes, we are to spread the word of God and to share it and be an example, but also acting as if that we are the only people in the world that can protect the word of God. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. God doesn't know how to protect the word of God. Like people are saying, if we doing away with this traditional Latin mass, it's slipping away. It's slipping away. It's not. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And the line in the letter, so the Pope made this decree, but then he also made a letter explaining the decree. So it's like two different things. And he specifically mentioned young people of the world. I want them to feel welcome, to come in. Yeah,
I'm going to make a little hot take, and this is not against Catholicism whatsoever. Okay. But why I like Pope Francis, why I'm so for this, is because more than yesterday we were talking about, Latin masses are elitist. Yeah. And it's like, you want to separate yourself. At the same time, it feels in a little way controlling. Yeah. So like, why I think I've told you guys many times why I read the Bible is because it was like I felt so long that I was at a book club of a book I didn't read. Yeah. And so whatever the people around me said, I had to believe. Right. Now, I still support a lot of preachers, priests, the Pope who do teaching, but I like to now have my own perspective.
Yeah.
And
you feel empowered.
You feel empowered.
Yeah.
And when you are able to get that message across and comprehend it, you can make your own judgment. I think we say the Bible is a living word.
Right.
And it means something to everyone else.
Yes.
And so if you look back to slavery and the unable to teach, forcing illiteracy.
Yeah.
That was saying it was like,
you don't need to know what we're
yeah,
writing.
I think like there's some Confederacy thing saying the most dangerous thing is a literate slave.
That's right.
And why? It's because then you get that outward thing, you make your own decisions.
And then you're walking around to people and saying, "Can you read this for me?"
Yeah.
I don't know what it says.
And
well, that's Latin.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, well, I'll tell you what your world is, what you need to know, and it's a way to contain people. But when everyone has that personal connection with God, they can be like, wait, hold on. This isn't what I've always been taught. And once again, this is not a knock on Catholicism. Like, I think many priests...
How would it be a knock on Catholicism?
By saying that...
The priests are trying to control those priests.
Yeah, the priests
people.
who want... Anyone who wants Latin wants to control their congregation, which I'm not saying.
Right.
I'm just saying it's one of those things where it's empowering to be able to understand it for yourself and be able to, maybe, like you said, I am a child in God's eyes. Said priest is a child in God's eyes. Why does he get the say of what God is telling me?
Right.
And so it's still nice to believe him. I compare it to a math teacher.
Yeah. You're
not going to walk into a math class and be like, I know more than the mathematician.
Who studied math, right.
But at the same time, that doesn't automatically mean what the mathematician is saying is correct and won't be changed in the future. So it's like, I think everyone should be able to know and comprehend the Bible and make their own assumptions of what God is saying to them.
For example, I grew up in the English language mass, and I still thought that they knew something I didn't know.
Yeah.
Only as a full adult did I realize, when I say full adult, I'm talking like a couple years ago.
I'm talking like last week.
I'm talking that I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Thinking there was one answer.
Yeah.
But there wasn't. But let me ask you this, because this is some of what I saw online. Not some of, it's one thing that I saw online, and I want to hear what you have to say. The conservative Catholics are saying, you're crazy because the Pope said, we need to let the young people feel like they get it, they understand. Now the conservative Catholics are saying, really? Because since we've changed to the English, or not the English, but the local language masses, we've seen the biggest decrease in church attendance. So they're making the connection of saying, we were so much better in Latin, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't just a stained glass major. I was also a business major, and I took statistics.
Okay.
And in statistics, you would call that, I believe, correlation, not causation.
Okay.
So I think there was many other things, whether it be in Latin or not. Actually, I think if it stayed in Latin, you'd see even bigger decrease.
Right.
But that just came from a different time of different values and stuff of like where it was pushed on more. Like, I wonder what I don't know if you'd be able to gauge this, of personal spirituality, how that gauged. Because a lot of it came up with the churches, and the churches are changing now. P-Boy Fran, shout out to him. I feel like he's a big part of it. It pushed a lot of people to say, wait, hold on, what is my particular church saying? Because now that I'm reading this, now that I'm having a relationship with God, and say a random church in Idaho, you're preaching this hate, and now I'm hearing
interesting,
and it's like you no longer have that like that militant societal
like when
I have to listen,
you find
head
like
down, have to listen,
like the employee booklet or something, but the boss you just found it, and the boss has been kind of teaching you something, or treating you in a different way, and it's like, I'm supposed to have a break, like you're finally able to read.
It was sort of like this transition from factories, right? Where it's like everyone, you keep your head down, and it's like, I got to work for my pennies a day. And then with like the unionization of America, where it's like, wait, hold on, am I being taken advantage of? And once again, not a kick on any churches. I'm just saying, I feel like a lot of people realized the importance of their personal relationship with God was on a different track than
right.
what they were being told.
And just to finish that up, I just want to say, like we also said during the Trump administration, even though we may have been disagreeing with certain things, we have no hatred in our hearts for the people who felt that way. And in this, I don't have any hatred in my heart for the people who are so frightened of the change and who are holding on.
No.
They have hatred for us, but I don't have hatred for them. And I pray that they feel comfortable with the way the world has to go.
Yeah. I mean, I understand like any traditionalist wanting things to stay the same or having a personal belief. But my biggest thing on it, so yeah, no hatred towards them. But my biggest thing is the belief that people should be able to, like, I appreciate anyone who takes religion however they feel they need to take it. And so I'll never tell someone, oh, you're reading the Bible in Latin. You're hearing the Bible being spoken in Latin.
Right. That's
messed up. That's not Christian. I'll never say that. But at the same time, the person who wants to hear it in their language, that's great. Like, I want everyone to be able to live and learn and be spiritual in their own way.
Right.
And so the only time I will disagree with someone is if, not whatever they're doing, is if they're looking around and saying, okay, but you shouldn't be doing this. Right. You shouldn't be preaching this way. And it's like, okay, well.
The word of God is strong, whether it's being wrapped or it's in a coloring book or it's in any language. It's okay. On one of the YouTube comments, instead of fighting with the people, I just wrote, Jesus is love. And then someone commented back to me and said, right, and this isn't love. I ended it, it was just like, how is it not love? Like,
yeah,
whatever. But it's Friday.
Yeah, well, that's one of those things before it gets Friday, while we're still talking about this.
Okay.
Is I always say, don't judge people.
Yeah.
We're told many times, don't
let
judge.
those who have ears hear.
But one of the most frustrating arguments where I don't even argue with it because I'm like, okay, I love this person. I want to see them in heaven, and that's why I'm going to judge them because I'm doing them a service.
Oh,
because
right,
of how much
right.
I love you so much, I'm going to show you what you're doing is wrong. And it's like, that's one of those arguments where you're like, all right,
okay.
You have a good one.
Thank you for helping me. Thank you. I don't need your help.
Thank you for your service. But that's enough of that. It's Friday.
It's Friday. And on Fridays, we play bingo.
What?
On Fridays, we play bingo.
We never once played bingo on Fridays.
No, I think people in the country.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Friday bingo? The old timers?
Old timers, young timers.
Middle timers?
Bingo, guess what? Has local roots.
Really?
Yeah. So the game of bingo, everybody probably knows it. And it was invented, actually it's an Italian, it's old Italian, just like we talked about Chutes and Ladders, it came from an Indian game. Well, it's an old Italian game. I forget what that was called, but a Jewish man in New York in the old days, he brought it back as, he repackaged it and everything. And it was a priest in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
A priest?
A priest who said, I could use this for fundraising.
Ah.
And so it's huge in the Catholic Church, always has been. I grew up with it. And there was always questions like, should you be gambling?
Yeah.
But it is, it's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And it became very big in all the Catholic churches. And there have been times where, as a matter of fact, I believe in one of the history of the bingo story, Mayor LaGuardia, LaGuardia Airport.
I do.
There was a LaGuardia man. He was afraid that those New York mobsters were going to make it a racket because it's money and it's cards and it's chance.
The mafia has full control over the bingo tournaments.
So he stopped it and was like, I'm not going to have another problem on my hands.
Yeah.
Then they made a law or whatever that only churches and synagogues could play it.
Ah.
Because it is, you buy the card, so you're buying a chance, and then that's how the pot is made.
Yeah.
And then you play the game. And So it is very Catholic. It's still around. It is for old people, but it's also for young people. And it's
I'd
also...
like to go to a bingo night.
There's
bingo night with the boys.
Okay, so you can go on a bingo, the World Championship of Bingo cruise.
Okay, what's a world championship? Like...
You can win like $30,000.
Well,
it's been around for 32 years.
I'm saying, so it's just like a high rollers bingo. Like, I don't think...
You want the...
You're saying championship, like, oh, have you ever met Tony Bingo? He's the best bingo
we've ever.
This is the best bingo player we've ever had.
There is tactics. How many cards you have? How fast you put your marker down?
No.
Okay.
No.
You know, Las Vegas has a lot of big bingo situations.
No, I get that. But I mean,
you want to be in the Knights of Columbus. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying it's pure chance. Like
it is. It's a game of chance.
There's no
it's a game of chance.
champion bingo player unless you can just play a big game of bingo and that winner is
very Lady Luck visits you.
Yeah.
You said you would go somewhere. Oh,
yeah.
You know where it's big? I think I talked about this when we were talking about the gambling podcast, that there's gay bingo or drag bingo.
Okay.
And they have it in a lot of places. They have the bad bitches of bingo in Pittsburgh. But there's the AIDS Fund Alliance, I'll find it, which was started in Philadelphia. They still do the
I've seen the movie Philadelphia.
The drag queen bingo, and the money they raise is for AIDS still being worked on.
It's still a thing.
Yeah, and
I thought they eradicated it.
And they make it so fun because you've seen probably like the stereotypical like B12. Well, these are drag queens walking amongst you.
B12.
They're stand-up comics.
Oh.
And it's just like super duper fun.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna open up a bingo bar.
Yeah, bingo bar.
Bingo bar.
I like the name of it even.
Yeah, the bingo bar.
It's ours. Don't take it.
It's ours. Don't take it. Yeah, I can see that, especially with the young hipsters.
Yeah.
You go there.
Yeah.
It's like you just grab, like it's just going constantly.
Yeah.
Maybe you just even have it like
that.
up on a
I
screen.
like that. Yeah.
And
because as usual, there's a lot of electronic, just like electronic poker and stuff, but it's not the same as like the cage.
No.
That. So let's play bingo.
Oh, we're actually playing bingo. How you can't? Like,
I know we're just gonna play this one game that I think it can work. It's only for you, and I have an idea.
Okay. If you have an idea, I'm willing to give it a chance.
I have an idea.
It's Friday after all. Oh, it's a full game of bingo.
Listen, I have an idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
Okay, hold on. So this is a dollar store bingo game. We don't have a cage. Pick a card that you think is going to be lucky. They're two-sided. Okay. Here's some chips to cover.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
Okay, like I said, I don't know if this is going to work because it's not going to be a classic game of bingo. All right?
Okay, I'm following.
Hold on. If I had the piece of paper, hold on. Here it is. I found the piece of paper that is my invention.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what I was thinking. Hold on. So instead of, I don't even know why I thought this would be a good idea. Instead of just calling out so it's BINGO and numbers from 1 to 75. There's 73 books in the Catholic Bible.
Okay.
Okay. So instead of how am I going to do this? Yeah, I'll just call a number and you'll look up on the master sheet. Instead of just numbers and letters, it's going to be a book of the Catholic Bible.
Okay.
Won't that be great?
I don't know.
Why not? And we'll see if your card. Oh wait, you should have more than one card going.
Yeah.
You should have more than one card going.
It's Friday, guys.
It's Friday.
Play Christian bingo with us.
It's Christian
There's
bingo.
something here.
Yeah, there's something here. And guess what?
If you say a Bible verse and whatever that's from.
Here's the pot. Here's the cash prize. So many coins. Okay, and here's the cage. We don't have a cage. All right. Oh God, I already lost one. So this will be the first number.
Okay.
So,
I'm with you so far.
G48 is what?
G48. I'll tell you what that is. That is the Gospels of Mark.
Okay. Do you have it?
We're starting off good. The question is, do I have it?
I guess I could have played too.
Yeah.
Is this the one you threw away?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was G48.
Okay.
No one has a book of Mark?
Oh my God. All right.
I think that's the last one of the Gospels we're going to get.
N40.
N40. Ooh, that's Micah from the Prophetics, Old Testament. And I don't have this.
I'm wondering if nobody would win because we only have 2 cards, and I should have packed the game before we started.
That's fine.
All right.
Let's rifle them off.
All right. Try a. Maybe if you just get 1, you win, and then we'll move on. 067.
067. That is Peter. Peter.
I got it.
Did you?
I got one. Yeah. Do you have any?
No.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I had that one.
Okay.
All right. I feel like I had both of those. I just wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
All right. Just grab like 3 and just like start. Like,
okay. Do you have N35?
N35. Hold on. I'll tell you what that is. That's Hosea. The one I can never say.
Okay.
35.
N35.
No, I suck.
Do you have an I-16?
An I-16, or do you mean Nehemiah? Old OT. And I do have that. Boom right there. And boom right. Ooh, I might win.
Do you have a B-13?
A B-13? You mean 1 Chronicles? No.
Okay. Do you have N43?
N43? Do you mean Zephaniah? Why are these names so hard?
Okay. Let me see. Do you have something called B-14?
B-14? 2 Chronicles. Yeah, I have it.
You have B-14? Okay. Do you have a G-54? I do.
G-54? You can't say you do until I tell you what it is. That's 2 Corinthians. No, I don't have it.
You don't have that. Okay. Are we giving ourselves a time limit? Okay.
I guess until the podcast ends, but 26. You got to start pulling. Do you want me to pull them? Because you're pretty slow at it.
Because I'm trying to, I don't know.
All right. We got G49, also known as Luke.
No.
G49, also known as Luke. All right. Next, we have N45, also known as Zechariah.
No.
N45, also known as Zechariah. We have G58, also known as Colossians. Oh, wow, I'm about to win. G58, also known as Colossians. We have N33.
No.
Also known as Ezekiel. N33, also known as Ezekiel. Now we have... I'm just going to cheat. We have B15, also known as Ezra. Bingo. What's his name now?
You have to say it so loud.
Bingo.
If you don't say it loud, someone else could have it at the same time and they win.
Well, I have the microphone, so I'm the loudest person here.
Bingo. So here you win the money.
Oh, wow.
You win the money. Now, if you were a true bingo caller, you wouldn't just be saying the boring way that you said it.
B15.
So there is
there
are known nicknames of the numbers to make it.
Oh, no way.
More sassy frassy.
And how advanced of a bingo place would you need to go to? Or
I don't know, but I think the bingo bar you should have it. Yeah.
Ooh, and you should also name the drinks.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Kelly's Eye, which is 1.
Interesting. It doesn't even rhyme.
One Little Duck, the number 2. I
know why they call it One Little Duck.
The number 2 looks like a little duckling.
I was gonna say that.
Oh. All right, let me pick some good ones.
I don't know. I don't know the answers.
Unlucky for some, it's 13.
Unlucky for some, 13. You know what I mean? You have to be like a good announcer like that.
Yeah. So 15 is also known as Young Keen.
15, Young and Keen. I'm really seeing you in this new role.
Yeah.
Even if you don't open a bingo bar, maybe you could just get a job calling. You know?
Dancing Queen. Do you know what number that is?
17.
17.
I knew it.
Coming of Age.
58.
It's 18.
Coming of. Oh, that's a good one.
Buckle My Shoe.
2.
32.
32.
So a lot of it's rhyming.
It's
like a Cockney rhyming slang.
Well, yeah, like because it probably just came about from people saying that. Like number 8, don't be late.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, like 31, get up and run. 32, buckle my shoe.
I did see
33, fish chips and peas. 34, ask for more.
I did see that some of them are military because in World War II, the men used to play a bingo type game called Housey Housey.
Yeah. 46, up to tricks. You know what? You'll know. This is probably the best one yet.
Okay.
You know what 47 is?
47, get to heaven.
No, it's 4 and 7.
That's what it is?
I think they just didn't have one for 47.
Oh my gosh. We'll do one that it'll be like spiritual words, like 47, get to heaven, you know?
Yeah.
This podcast is serving us for our new business
Yeah,
venture.
this is a business meeting that you guys just got to sat through. And watch, next week you're going to see a Christian bingo bar open up. Wait, how can you have a Christian bingo bar? Seems counterintuitive.
It's not. Christians can play bingo and they can drink.
I guess they do every Sunday with the wine. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed playing bingo with us. Maybe pull up a bingo sheet on a line and go back and watch that again. And maybe you won before me. Doubt it, because I cheated.
You can pull up so many, make your own bingo cards on the internet. And,
I see that all the time. It's like, are you a like Philadelphian bingo card? And it's like, have been to this cheesesteak place and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I'll see it on Instagram stories.
Or you can sing J-E-S-U-S, J-E-S-U.
Okay, that's a little church campy for me.
Jesus. Church campy.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's Friday. Me and Frank are going out. Well, masks are recommended in Philadelphia again, but we won't stop. We'll just put a mask on and we'll go out. See you on Sunday. It's been what, 2 weeks since the last meeting review?
Well,
not anymore. It's going to be 2 days, and it's going to be 2 days, and we'll be back. Go play bingo. Go do something. What else did we talk about today?
The Pope.
Go look up the Pope. Highlight reel. Peace.